Hi guys, this is Yummy Mommy and welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, I am Yummy Mommy. As I have already said, my name is actually Joan Munyi and this is my channel. I make videos about motherhood and marriage and lifestyle and all kinds of things, I guess, that I go through day to day. If you're new here and you're not already subscribed, I would advise you to consider subscribing after you've watched this video. If you like it and if you enjoy it and you'd like to see more content like this, please do subscribe to my channel. If you're just returning to my channel, welcome back, welcome back. Anyway, as you guys know, I recently turned 29. It's been like a week of me being 29. A very long week, guys. I've been 29 for a week. And I wasn't gonna make this video about lessons that I've learned in the past year, but two things have made me make it. First of all, I had a photo shoot today and my face was beat to the girls, guys. I look so sweet. This is courtesy of Stephanie Cherono. Thank you so much. So I was feeling pretty and I was like, I should make a video today. And then two, I had actually written these 10 things down the day before my birthday, and like when I was sitting and I was trying to reflect and I was like, what have I learned in the past year that would actually be worth noting? And I thought, you know what, it actually makes sense for me to share those things with you guys, because if I don't share them, then I'm being selfish. And I'm always telling people that you are blessed to be a blessing, and if you're not being a blessing with the blessings that God has given you, then you actually don't deserve those blessings. So I thought, let me make this video. It's gonna be very short. I just want to run through 10 things that I have learned in the past year, like between being 28 and being 29, and I really hope that one of them resonates with you. The first thing that I've learned this year, or that I came to learn this year, is you're never trapped. You know, so many times in situations, and I think particularly more women than men find themselves in this situation, you feel like you're in a situation where you have no options. Like there are no options. You can't leave, you can't make a choice about something, you don't have enough control in your situation. What I've learned this year is that even when you think you are trapped, even when you think you don't have a choice, you do have a choice. All you have to do is actually just think outside the box, think beyond what you think your options are, and you will find a choice. I found myself in situations this past year where I've been like, I have no option, like I don't have the power. But it's a really powerless place to be. Like you sit and you start thinking, okay, things are just happening to me, I'm not in control, things are happening to me. But no, you can actually take charge of your situation. And I know that's very general, and I know there are people who find themselves in very difficult situations. I find people who DM me and they're always telling me about they're in domestic abuse marriages, or they are in jobs that they can't leave because they're supporting their children. There is always a way out. You are not trapped. Number two, the second thing I've learned the hard way this year: friendships end, and it's okay. There are friendships I've lost this year with people who I thought I would be friends with forever. And I think that's a really hard part of adulting that people don't tell you about. Like you're friends with someone and then suddenly you're just not friends with someone. And sometimes it's like you have a fight and then you break up, but then other times it's that you just drift apart, and then you find that somebody who meant so much to you suddenly knows nothing about your life and you know nothing about their lives. And you know what? That's part of growing up. Friendships end, and I've come to realize that that's fine. People get new friends and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Third thing that I have learned this year is that your choices define who you are, and the more choices you make, the less choices you have. Let me explain what that means, because that's something my mom used to tell me growing up, and it's only recently that I've been like, yeah. What she used to tell me is that at the beginning of your life, you have like a myriad of choices of things you can do, things you can be, places you can go, you know, people you can marry. Like you have just a myriad of choices. But over time, as you make a decision, like for example, a decision to marry someone, your choices now narrow down, and now you don't have as many choices as before. So you make a decision to, let's say, I don't know, study a certain degree. Now the amount of choices you actually have now for the rest of your life is narrowed down because of that choice that you made. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So your choices are really important. Like when you're making choices, really think through what you're doing. Whenever people like write to me and tell me about them just deciding to marry a guy, like, oh yeah, he asked me and you know we've been together a long time, so I've just thought, why not? Never make a decision based on why not. Never ever make a decision based on why not. Think about what is the reason why am I doing this? Because every single time you make a choice, every time you make a decision, you are narrowing down the choices of your life that you will have in the future. So always think why. Your choices truly define who you are. The fifth thing I've learned this year, you guys, my mother was right about everything. I think everyone reaches that point in their life where you're just like, oh my gosh, mom was right. There are so many times this year that I have had those moments of like, wow, my mom told me this, I should have listened, or my mom told me this, now it makes sense. Sometimes when I look at my kids and I'm telling them things and they're looking at me like, I'm like, one day you're gonna get it, one day you will get it. This year I got so many things that I was just like, wow, my mom was right about so much. And I feel so bad that it's taken me 29 years to realize that, but at least I've realized it, right? The sixth thing that I've learned this year, you guys, is that it's okay to not be where you thought you were going to be at a certain time. And I realize in the age of social media, it's so easy to get caught up in like somebody else is my age and they are married and they have kids and they have, you know, 6-figure paying job and they have this and they have that. And it's so easy to just be like, gosh, I am 29 or I am 30 and I have no asset. I am, you know, at this age and I don't have anything. And I realize I'm speaking from a point of view of someone who many people consider like blessed, or like I have gifts and I have, I mean, God has really blessed me with a lot. But a lot of people don't realize that even for the people who people look at and they're like, wow, you have so much, there's so many things that I wish I had now at 29 that I had planned and thought, oh, I want to have this by now, that I don't have right now. Like, honestly, if I could talk to 20-year-old me right now, I didn't imagine I would be here doing this. I didn't imagine I would be a social media influencer. I probably thought I would still be in corporate. I would be earning a lot more. You know, there are times when I sit and I think, did I make the right decision? Like, is there somewhere I fucked up? Sorry. Oops! Is there somewhere I messed up? And then I tell myself, you know what? Wherever you are, God has placed you there for a reason. And it's okay for you not to have all the things that you see someone else having. And trust me, when you look at people's social media and you look at other people's lives, people are never posting their problems. People are never posting their issues. People are never posting the times they have fights with their husbands. People are never posting, you know, when they are broke. People are only posting when they're doing great things. So trust me, everybody has their own struggle. Don't look at Yummy Mommy and think, oh my God, she has it so good. No, trust me, guys, everybody has their own struggle. So it's okay for me not to be where I thought I would be. I want to be able to enjoy my journey, like as I'm walking, but be able to one day say, hey, you know what? I came from something and I made it here. But for right now, it's okay to not be. It's okay to just be here and just exist here in this space that I am at. The seventh thing that I've learned this year is that happiness is a choice. And I need to choose to be happy even when I don't feel like it. It's a decision, it's not a feeling. And I have a friend who's always telling me, you know, you're always telling people it's a choice, but really it's not, because there are people who are just born depressed, there are people who are just born sad. You know what? I've realized this year, there have been so many moments, you guys, that I have been low. And the funny thing is that people always DM me and they're like, you always seem happy, you're always so bubbly, you're always so, you know, all over, and you never seem like you. I mean, where do you get your energy? Guys, there are so many times when I am so down. By the way, I'm always telling guys I am a crier. I cry, like I'm a serial crier. I cry at least once every 2 weeks or so. There's like times when I am so down that I don't even know. I wake up and I'm like, I want to post something, but I don't know what to post because I want my page to always be authentic and I want to be consistent. But there are times when I just don't know what to post. Like I don't feel like posting, you know. And I realized at some point that so many different things can happen to you or around you, and you have to just choose to be happy. You have to choose to be positive. You have to choose to be optimistic, because if you don't, the world can really, really, really get you down. Anyway, I'm about to finish. So what I was saying is that you have to choose sometimes to be optimistic. There are some days you wake up and you just are in such a bad mood and you're feeling so down. But you know what? You can't afford to just be like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. Me sometimes, by the way, I wake up and I'm feeling like crap, but I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror and I say, Joanne, you're beautiful. Joanne, you're strong. Joanne, you're going to have a really good day today. You're going to be so productive. You're going to be a boss today. And you know what? I just speak that into my life. And sometimes that's the only thing that I have that's keeping me going. But you have to choose the positivism. You have to choose the optimism. You have to choose to be happy. The eighth thing that I've learned, and this one has been, I wouldn't say I've learned it this past year, but it has been a journey. It's that my body is a temple. My body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and I need to treat it that way. I have been through so much with my body this past year. You guys have, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my struggle. I had started trying to lose weight again. I had lost a lot of weight, then I gained a lot of weight. Now I've kind of lost a little, but I'm like somewhere in between. But at some point, I think it was in November when I did my boudoir shoot, which again, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it. at some point I just realized, you know what, my body is my body. Like, God gave me this body, and honestly, I'm not getting another one. None of us are getting another one, and it's so unfair for me to be constantly miserable in a body that in the only body that I will ever have. I'll never have another one, you know. And so I realized that the more that I try to work on my body, whether it's losing weight or being healthier, I need to thank God for the body I have now, cherish the body I have now, love the body that I have now, as I work for the body that I want, because it's a temple and I love it and I love myself. It's so interesting how as women, other people can always be complimenting you on your body, like, oh my God, your figure is so great, this is so great. But you, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're just like, I'm so fat, I'm so this, and you don't see the beauty that other people see. And for me, I just reached a point and I realized I love my body. I love it so much. I will work to make it better, but as it is, it's beautiful and it's a temple, and I'm going to treat it better, even if that's working out and eating healthy, not necessarily for losing weight, but like just trying to get in a better mental space to be able to, you know, appreciate myself, appreciate my body, appreciate the way I look, because it's actually more in here than it is out here. Almost done, guys, almost done. Okay, the 9th thing that I've learned this year is that things that are not meant to be will not be. Things that are meant to be will be. A lot of things this year have made me wonder, like, where is my life going? What am I doing? What is happening to me? No, but I mean, so many things have happened this year that have really made me think about what my life is and what I'm doing, especially on social media. And I've realized, like, the opportunities I've gotten in this past year of my life have been amazing. You guys know that in this past year is when I started my YouTube channel, and since I started this channel, you guys, I have gotten so many opportunities that I can't even describe, like things I never imagined I would be doing, making money from something I love, from talking to people, from communicating, just being able to be in this space and to be able to just be me and actually earn money from it. And I've realized that if something is meant to be, it'll just work out, and if something is not meant to be, it just won't come your way. There are clients who I've gotten because I didn't even pitch to them, I didn't approach them, and then there are others who I have been, you know, like really pestering, like, let's work together, and it hasn't come through. And it's made me realize that the collaborations, the partnerships, the marriages, the children, as in everything, whatever it is, if it's meant to be, it will be. If it's not meant to be, or it's not forthcoming, if you have to force it or chase it, it's not meant to be. And just let it go, sis, just let it go. The last thing that I've learned this year is that things work out. Like, things just work out. There have been so many times this year that I have been in a space where I am so confused, I am so just unsure, I'm so insecure in so many areas, like whether it's work. You guys know in the past year of my life, I've quit two jobs, and I have I don't know, my life has just been going through so much. It's been exciting, but it's also been a really scary journey for me. Zach and I have had a really hard year. Like, our marriage has really been tested this year, and I'll tell you more about it this weekend because we're celebrating our anniversary and we're going away, and it's gonna be amazing. But we've really been tested this year. There are times when I've wondered, guy, will our marriage survive? Will we still be together next week? But ultimately, I don't know whether you are a Christian or not. I think at some point you have to admit that things are working out for your good. There's a force somewhere. For me, I believe it's God. Like, he is making things work out for my good, even when I am not actively, consciously thinking about it. And for some reason, and in some ways, things just work out. Like, you don't realize it happening, but it's happening. And eventually you look back at a situation where you are like, it seemed insurmountable. If you're married, you know what I'm talking about. There are some fights that you have and you feel like this will never ever end, but then they do end. And there's some fights we would have with my husband this year, and I'm just like, we cannot come back from this. Like, how will, like, it's the end, but somehow we make it back because we love each other and we love our kids and we love the life that we have. And somehow things just work out, even when you feel like they absolutely cannot. Things work out, things will work out. And those are the 10 things that I have learned this year. I've probably learned a lot more, but these are the 10 that actually just came to mind. Let me know down in the comments below. I would really love to know, is there anything in this past year that you learned, whether it's your birthday soon or not? Just let me know. Is there any significant life lesson you feel you have learned in the past year that you think would be worth sharing? I would really love to hear from you guys. If you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below with any thoughts, any feedback, any lessons or anything like that. And as I mentioned before, please subscribe to my channel. It really supports me, and I really love knowing the kind of community that I have here on YouTube. Until the next video, it's been Yummy Mommy. Bye.